FX Morning Mayhem podcast is an essential listen for currency traders. Each episode covers a curated watch list of key currency pairs alongside insightful market observations. It highlights crucial daily news events that could influence the market, ensuring traders are well informed. Additionally, the podcast offers valuable trading strategy tips, catering to both new and experienced traders in the Forex market. This podcast is for educational purposes only. None of this info should be construed as investment advice. To see the trades called out live for free on our Slack channel, click the link in the description or scan the QR code to join the trade faction. If you find this podcast valuable, please follow and share with a friend. And now, on with the show. Good morning, everyone. It's Wednesday, January 29th, 2025, and you're listening to FX Morning Mayhem, your go-to podcast for the latest updates in finance and global markets. It's 5 a.m. Central Time, and we've got a lot to cover today in the daily market briefing. Let's dive right in. European stock markets are showing strength this morning, with most indices in positive territory. The tech sector is stealing the spotlight after semiconductor giant ASML reported stellar bookings. This has given a significant boost to investor confidence across the region. Germany's DAX and France's CAC are both trending higher, continuing their recent momentum despite broader economic challenges. Meanwhile, government bonds in Europe, like Italy's BTPS and France's OATS, are keeping an eye on domestic political developments as investors remain cautious. The US dollar is holding firm ahead of today's Federal Reserve meeting. Traders are bracing for potential signals about future interest rate policies. Over in Canada, the loonie is steady, as markets await the Bank of Canada's decision later today. On the other hand, the Australian dollar has softened after weaker-than-expected inflation data. Global bond markets are seeing strong demand this morning as investors position themselves ahead of the Federal Reserve's announcement. Crude oil prices have taken a hit amid concerns about oversupply and weaker global growth forecasts. Meanwhile, metals are trading mixed. Gold is holding steady as a safe haven, while industrial metals are facing some pressure. Here's the key news on the agenda for today. In economics, US advanced goods trade balance, New Zealand trade balance scheduled, central bank announcements, Federal Reserve, Fed, Bank of Canada, BOC, Central Bank of Brazil, BCB. Speaking today, Fed Chair Jerome Powell, BOC Governor Tiff Macklem Bank of England Governor Andrew Bailey. Reporting earnings. Some big names like Tesla, Meta, Microsoft, IBM, ServiceNow, T-Mobile, Danaher, General Dynamics, and VF Corp. That wraps up today's market preview. Remember, the Federal Reserve's announcement is later today. It could set the tone for markets in the weeks to come. Stay tuned for a currency market update with Bill and Dave up next. Thanks for tuning in to FX Morning Mayhem podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review if you found this helpful.
Okay, so I'm messing around with the format of the show a little bit, and as far as the market overview thing, which I was originally starting to do at the beginning of the show myself, I have decided to turn that over to Sexy AI Kara, because she does a much better job than I do on that. I get a little bit bored reading that stuff, and she will never get bored reading that stuff. So that's going to be what the show opens with, and then it'll transition to you and I, and we will still do the market insight part.
Okay.
Find some kind of interesting thing that's going on in the market to see what happens. Anyway, so let's start with the instruments here. What we have here is the Aussie New Zealand dollar It is in a downtrend, but we are not in the zone. Oops, I take that back. We are. This is a weird issue I am having with positions. So this is in the zone. We are waiting for a sweet spot to form here. I will have to pursue the never-ending job of making software work the way you want to. This is Aussie US dollar in a very slight uptrend, not in the zone. Not going to pay attention to this. Here is the Euro CAD pair. We are in an uptrend, but we are a little overextended. The amplitude is a little high here, so we're not going to pay attention to that. Here is the pound Canadian dollar. We are way overextended on this puppy, so we're going to ignore that. New Zealand US dollar. This is the first one in the zone. We are looking for longs, so we want a sweet spot to form here. We'll put that on our watch list for today. Singapore dollar, Swiss franc, same situation, uptrend, inception zone. Looking for longs. Put that one on the list. US Canadian dollar, also in the zone, looking for longs. We will add that to our list. And then finally, US Swiss franc in a downtrend, looking for shorts in the zone. So we're waiting for a sweet spot. So we will add that to our list as well. So we have 4 instruments to kind of keep an eye on. Been a good week so far for me, all profitable trades, knock on wood. You haven't had anything go sideways on this week. One of the things I did want to point out from a technical standpoint is if you're watching some of the trades, the pip amounts that I'm going for are rather small, but that's because of the time frame. Okay, so if you look here, I talked about this a couple days ago. If you use the ATR as your profit, there's a real high likelihood you're going to hit that. So even though it's not a lot of pips, I make it up in leverage, right? So this is my small account. I'm doing 100K contracts, whatever you want to call that. In the large account, I do 3 to 500K contracts. So if it moves 5 pips, that's significant money for me. So what did I want to say? Oh, yeah, I wanted to show you the difference in the ATR value as you change the time frames. So if I go to 1 hour, that pops to 10 right away. If I go to a 4-hour chart, that's 23 pips. If I go to a daily chart, that's 60 pips. Go to a weekly, 136 pips, a monthly, 300 pips. So it depends on the time frame you want to trade in. Like most people trade in one of these 3. If you want to make a little bit more money when the signals fire, just change the time frame, right? So that's just the point I wanted to make on that, because I get a lot of questions on that kind of stuff. Anyway, on to the market insight portion of the show. Hey, Dave, did you know that Deepseek is a commie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wrong thing.
I just love these kind of articles. Okay. So, article came out, said the Chinese AI app DeepSeek shows strong bias in favor of the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, providing brief state-controlled media-style answers while refusing to address human rights issues. Why is that a surprise?
Yeah, that surprises nobody.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So ChatGPT has guardrails too. Remember, you couldn't say bad about Biden and it just shit talk Trump all the time.
I know.
Oh my God, this stuff just cracks me up. Unlike ChatGPT, which offers balanced responses, bullshit.
Yeah,
Made sensitive questions and aligns closely with CCP narratives. DeepSeek's new open source models have raised concerns among investors to a drop in AI related stock prices after it became a top rated free app on the US App Store. Criticism: the app is viewed as a potential tool for digital surveillance and propaganda, like all the other ones aren't.
Yeah, ask yourself, how does Facebook make money? How does Google make money? Same way the Chinese do.
I just want to take a 2x4 and hit myself in the forehead when I have conversations with people like, oh, don't do TikTok. They're spying on you. So is every other freaking thing on your phone. But you can't get through those, folks.
I know.
My mother's one of them. It's just crazy how brainwashed they get, how easily they're brainwashed. But hey, that's the name of the game, right? All right. That is all I have for today.
Fed Day.
Oh, yeah. Well, that'll be covered by Sexy Kara.
She's running through the.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Sexy AI Kara. She's going to do the daily news, man. So check out the podcast when it posts later this morning. See you later. See, Grizzly's all excited about her.
Yeah. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.